Live from the 607, it's the Ocho Duro Parlay Hour, where we're talking everything movies, TV, comics, and entertainment. Join in the conversation on social media with the hashtag ODPH, because here we go. Welcome to an all-new edition of the ODPH podcast. What is happening, everybody? Thank you so much for joining us this week. My name is Ken M. Joining me in studio, as always, you know him. He's the co-host. He's the man of 1,004 aliases. His name is Padawan J.
Let me talk to you.
Yeah, and it's been a while since we had a chance to talk to everybody. Schedules have been getting crazier. I mean, going into year 9 of the ODPH.
Wild.
It's wild to say, but we're truly appreciative for everybody that's given us a listen, give us a like, give us a criticism, giving us your attention, because we know you can listen to 4 million plus podcasts in the world. You choose to listen to us, and that means the absolute world. We can't stress that enough. It's been that busy. We have not had time to celebrate it because Fanlight Zone has been blowing up in a lot of different ways. All good because Rich and myself will be heading to New York Comic Con as press this year. So getting some early stuff jumping on that. Interviews are coming in there left and right, which you're hearing here on the ODPH network. But fear not, when we have time, we do the podcast because we try doing it the best we can. Just unfortunately, schedules have not been working out. I think maybe we got some residuals from a Danhausen curse. It could be.
Could be.
I mean, obviously, I was chanting so much about the New York Knicks triumphantly winning the NBA championship.
Yeah.
Maybe I did some reverse karma. I don't know. But fear not, we're back this week. We got a lot to discuss. So, Pad, where should everybody go after the show in case they missed something?
ODPHpodcast.com.
From the social media accounts, which we're still interactive with on every single one of them, to the TeePublic store, to the Classifieds, which has great friends of the show, such as 3FM Podcast, Dragon Master Games, and many, many other links. Also, the directory, because Pat, how many providers are we on?
773,872.
And your source?
Trust me, bro.
So wherever you listen to the ODPH on, first and foremost, yet again, thank you. It means the absolute world. Leave us a review on your favorite podcatcher. I am told it helps the algorithm of the show. Allegedly, but downloads are spiking right now. Hey. So we're doing something right, and we can't stress enough how much that means, hearing that and seeing that. So let's keep that ball rolling, shall we? But last but certainly not least, at the website, we have a fantastic music section, which such group as Brian Wolf and the Howlers, Second Suitor, Tom Jolu, Shadow the Robots, and Floodlands, all great musicians that you need to get into your collection one way or another. Go see them live. Go support them. They're all fantastic people. And if there's anything else I might have forgotten, it's odphpodcast.com, or swing over to the home of comics pop culture, and that is fanlightzone.com. So you definitely want to check both out. Hit us up. Let us know. But before we get into the show, we have an unfortunate event that we need to address and hopefully help out in some way.
Yeah, so for those of you in the area, you are aware, and if you happen to catch the ABC national news here in the States, you might have caught the mention of it. But this on Monday this week, there was a terrible fire here locally in our area, specifically in Endwell, where at 6:30 a.m. on Monday the 22nd, a fire broke out at a local hotel. Now, the reason we're bringing this to everyone's attention is because this was not just a hotel for folks to stay at if you're in town. This was also a hotel where homeless would be given a place to stay by our local Department of Social Services. I know they would station folks there who might have been going through domestic issues or various types of things that they had going on, but it was used by that. And approximately 73 individuals were displaced because of this fire. And on top of that, we had 6 deaths, unfortunately. So there is a fundraiser going on with our local United Way here in Broome County, where they're raising funds to help these folks who have been displaced. Because for a lot of if you haven't seen the photos, I've got a link in the show notes to one of our local news stations that has a story about this and some video that if you haven't seen the photos, they're absolutely insane to see, especially in the moment of it. And I've been down by the building since the fire was out, and they've kind of taken things. We don't know what the cause was or what there are rumors going around, but I want to just stress that right now, until officials say otherwise, they are just rumors. An individual has been arrested in connection to this event, so we've got that going on. But the main thing we want to bring everyone's attention to is this individual going on in the situation going on in our area, because hey, it is our area. You hate to see this happen to anybody, especially some folks who are going through some tough times. So I've got a link in the show notes to our local United Way, who is doing an emergency relief fund for this. Currently, over $50,000 has been raised for these folks, and this fund started on late Monday, if not early Tuesday. Over 600 people have donated, and any little bit helps. Even if you can't donate, if you can just share the link on social media, in a text message, however, email, however you can do it, any amount would be greatly appreciated, because for a lot of these folks, with as bad as this fire was, they lost everything, and the only things they have are the clothes on their back. We should note, according to reports from Red Cross, United Way, and some of the other local organizations that have been collecting donations, they are good on clothes. So you don't have to worry about sending clothes or anything like that, but just for helping these people get back on their feet and back to a place where it won't be normal, but they'll at least be in a place where they can kind of start over. Any little bit helps. Yeah,
absolutely. I mean, it was a terrible tragedy. The photos, it's surreal.
Mind blowing.
Absolutely surreal to watch and see. And, like I say, our thoughts and prayers are out to, the victims of this. And, we here in the community, like, this is just unfathomable.
This doesn't happen.
No, this does not happen.
Fires, yes, but fires to this degree and to this level of, casualties, no.
No, so if you're able to donate, please consider it. And if you don't have the means to, at least give it a share on social media. Try getting the word out to it, because, like Pat alluded to, every little bit helps. To try assisting these folks in rebuilding. Just because, like I say, it's as you can hear my voice, it still shakes me to this day.
I mean, they're at least in a spot where they've got a roof over their heads. There's some temporary shelter going on for them in one of the local churches they've got, so they're good with that. Mm-hmm. The Red Cross and the United Way have both, and I believe the church they're staying at, have all said we're good on clothes. They've actually got way too many clothes for these folks going on. But the big thing right now they need is they need money to help get them back on their feet.
Yeah. So like Pat alluded to, the link is in the liner notes of the show. So definitely check it out. If you can donate, great. If you can't, at least give it a share on social media, and let's try helping these folks out.
Yeah.
So that said, we are going to talk a parlay of topics here on the show, and we're going to kick off in the entertainment section of the world, because the show came back
after a long hiatus.
I'm not going to lie. I forgot it was coming back.
Listen, there's a reason I love The Pit so much, is because they don't take 2 years to make their next season.
No, but this show has a history of taking a long hiatus due to the production.
Which I get. You're going to these exotic locations. You're going, I won't say on location because, well, this is a fictional place, but it's not exactly going into the back lot in Hollywood.
No, absolutely not. But it is a show that has been a spinoff ever since it was the largest show on television. Mm-hmm. I think for a small window.
For its time, yeah.
It was the show everybody was talking about at the water cooler on Monday morning. Is the one that encompassed pop culture for a little bit. And its spinoff show has generated some buzz. I wouldn't say on the same level. Mm-hmm. But the true spinoff, I know there's another one, but that one's okay in my opinion. But this is the true spinoff one, and is one that we have covered here on the show for the previous 2 seasons, and season 3 has returned, so we got to talk about it. Pat, what are we talking about?
We're talking about House of the Dragon, season 3.
Yes, so the Game of Thrones spinoff has returned finally, and there is a lot going on with this, because the prequel to the Game of Thrones has definitely lived up to the hype that was surrounding it. Obviously, one character and one character alone has carried this franchise, in my opinion, and that is Matt Smith. Because, let's face it, it's Matt Smith. He does really no wrong in any role he's in, except Morbius, but we don't talk about that.
Hey.
But Daemon Targaryen is back, and the hijinks are ensuing, if I may borrow that line from our good friend Joey at So Wizard. There's a lot to discuss about this, so we are going to dive into the first episode of Season 3 entitled Salt and Sea, Fire and Blood. Now, if you're new to the ODPH, we'd like to give a spoiler-free statement about what we're talking about, because if you haven't seen this episode, we don't want to ruin anything for you. So in the liner notes, Pat is going to put the timestamp in. So we're going to give you our spoiler-free thoughts. give a countdown at that minute. You have to choose. Are you going to be like the Clash? Do you stay or do you go? If you stay, you're going to hear spoilers. You're going to hear theories. You're going to hear deep dives. You're going to hear everything. If you decide to opt out, fully understand, download the episode, watch the show, then come back in, join the conversation, and hit us up on social media. It's that simple. So that said, Pad, give me your spoiler-free statement on the first episode of Season 3 of House of the Dragon.
Solid start. I wouldn't say it's gangbusters, home run, greatest episode of the series, but it was solid. It, for me, really didn't take off, no pun intended, and really didn't, get going until we got to, the last third of the episode, I would say, or the third act of the episode, which really, I wouldn't say it was bad beforehand, but for me, it was kind of meh going into that point that like there really wasn't anything. I'm like, oh crap, this might happen or that might happen. But once the fighting got started, oh baby.
Well, that was the thing about this that made this episode noteworthy. And that was the long fight that happens at the end. Mm-hmm. Because in my opinion, this felt like a season finale more than a premiere.
This felt like, and I feel I can say this because this isn't a spoiler, this felt like the Battle of Casterly Rock from the original Game of Thrones on steroids.
Oh, completely. Like they went fully all out for it, which is great, and we'll get into that. But I felt like as you're coming back, it didn't have that new beginning feel to it. Mm-hmm. It really felt like this was a continuation that you were supposed to remember from the end of season 2.
Yeah.
Which it works if you come back quicker.
If you just finished a rewatch.
Right. But to take as much time off as they did to come back.
Almost 2 years.
Yeah, you're asking a lot from the audience, in my opinion.
Season 2, the last episode aired August 4th of 2024.
Right.
So, a year and 10 months.
A year and change, but still.
Yeah.
So when this happens, you have to kind of piece together certain plots. And then once you get to the action sequence, yeah, there's a lot to enjoy there.
Oh, yeah.
But it really just didn't feel like a premiere to me.
No.
I'm not saying I'm mad about this episode. I really am. I'm not. But I'm just saying, like, when I think premiere, when we're kicking off a brand new season, this kind of felt like a hangover from season 2.
I mean, when you say season premiere, you're thinking of those shocking moments that leave you going, oh, crap, like, can't believe that happened. Oh my gosh, what's going to happen next? The one I think of is when House of Cards came back for season 2, and they pushed I forget the character's name, but they pushed the one reporter off the platform into the subway, and they killed her off. When you're sitting there going, oh my gosh, like, what?
Well, that's the whole thing. You want to generate that buzz to carry through the season. Now, granted, there is a moment on here, and we'll discuss it, that does, but I don't think it connected in that way.
Right.
But there still is a lot of good to talk about with this. So let us get into it and really deep dive into this. So, Pad, in 3, 2, 1, talk to me.
Like I said, the episode was really good, but the ending is what saved it for me. And like I said, going into the latter third or the final act of the episode, I won't say it was a bad, episode. And I won't say it was, meh, but it felt like an original Game of Thrones series where, you got to the penultimate episode and that's where the insanity ensued. Mm-hmm. And then you got to the last one and there was a little bit of cliffhanger stuff. There was a little bit of stuff to keep you, teased until the next season came back. But there wasn't anything necessarily like Dallas, who shot JR, you got to sit here and wait for 9 months before you figure out, the mystery. This one felt like maybe a penultimate episode of a season, or even, the final episode of a season. It didn't feel like, oh, you're coming back. It's been a while. Let's get you really excited back for it.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it felt like I alluded to. It was a hangover. Mm-hmm. Like, it's a good episode. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But I feel as though you really went all out for the season premiere with the battle that we had. Mm-hmm. And it's like, okay, where do we go from here? Because now you have to live up to that expectation for this season.
Right.
Can you? Debatable. I mean, like we say, there's 8 episodes this season. We just got done with 1.
Yep.
Is it possible? Absolutely. Is it going to happen? I don't know. Mm. Because where we jump in, we see Rhaena and her dragon, Sheep Stealer.
Great name, by the way.
Great name. And finally, the connection is made there because obviously in Game of Thrones, not everybody can ride a dragon and have a dragon to, go to battle with. So finally, Rhaena gets this done. And I mean, Phoebe Campbell, who plays her, did a great job with the role.
Really good in this episode.
Yeah, very, very good. So it does help because then we start getting into a lot of the, dare I say, political stuff that goes on.
There's a lot of moving pieces.
Yeah. So we see that obviously the House of Targaryen is still very, very strong, and Emma Darcy is back as Rhaenyra. And, well, when we see Aegon and Lars captured by those guards, well, this kind of goes into that whole espionage civil war that they have going on with the houses. So this played off well. Like I say, this is textbook Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Didn't have any problem with this, especially Lairs decides to tell them who they are to kind of save their own skin.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. See how it plays out for him.
Well, that's the whole thing. You really are dancing around a lot of stuff with this.
Yeah.
So it did make for an interesting dynamic, I will say. But, to see where they go with it, I mean, Matt Needham, who plays Lairs, fine with this. But like I say, when you're going up against Rhaenyra's, reign and just what she is in planning, that makes it a little bit more difficult. And then, of course, the Iron Throne, it makes its appearance.
Absolutely.
And then, of course, Alicent is back, Hightower, who played by Olivia Cook. And, when she sees Aemon sitting on the throne, you can already tell there's some kind of shadiness going to happen. I mean, I'm sorry, like the Hightower family has not exactly been on the up and up. But then again, the Targaryens are not great people either.
I'll say there's nobody in this universe. Oh, I shouldn't say nobody. The list of folks in this universe that are squeaky clean and honorable through and through is real short.
No, completely. So when we start seeing how this plays out, like, Aemon, obviously, Ewan Mitchell reprising the role, their back and forth is kind of like, all right, you can definitely see who's working who. And I mean, that's the wildest thing about this is there's never a sense of like true loyalty.
Right.
It's just everybody's conning everybody. So we even see this when even Alicent forges the letter.
Yes.
And sending it, to delay about the army happening. Like, it's just like when you see the back and forth going on here, Pat, like what is going through your head?
I enjoy the back and forth just because compared to Game of Thrones where, there was stuff that went on during that series, but it felt like the ongoing, approaching threat was still a ways away. You're waiting for the build. You were waiting for the White Walkers to come south. You were waiting for Daenerys to come across the ocean. Like you were waiting. So there's backstabbing, there's political machinations going on, but there really wasn't a war going on. You're still getting those machinations and backstabbing going on, but it's all in the midst while there's a war going on, and it's practically a civil one.
Yeah, I mean that's the whole thing about it. It felt like a weird dynamic.
Yeah,
and I'm not saying it felt forced, but it just kind of didn't.
It feels a little all over the place.
Yeah, like there wasn't like a clear path of where we're going with this. It was just kind of like let's cause drama to cause drama.
Yeah.
Which I mean, for a TV show, I understand that, but
Sure.
I'm saying trying to figure it out in the storyline purposes is like I'm not really sure how this all matches up. But at least the savior of the show makes his appearance finally.
Hey.
We get a great fight sequence with Daemon Targaryen's forces going after Jason Lannister's. And this is a fight right up Matt Smith's alley.
Dude was fighting without a helmet.
I mean, it's Matt Smith.
That's true.
Let's face it. I mean,
those golden locks, you can't hide them.
Oh, exactly. And the thing that really told the story here is he almost looked bored.
Yeah, he did.
He really looked bored in this moment. Like, here we go again.
Yeah,
I have to go kill this soldier. Like, what are we doing here? And granted, I'm a big. Obviously, you can tell I'm a very big Matt Smith fan. But it was like, are you bored with the role, or are you supposed to be bored with the fight? Like,
he was bored with the fight because his character. This is so beneath him.
Yeah, like you just saw, he was just so put out to be involved in this, and it just carried through. Even when he finds himself joining with Roderick Dustin and the Winter Wolves, who emerge from the forest that they're fighting in. And they say, basically, a friend of my, or the enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Right.
Because, Roderick decides to give him a gift.
Yeah.
And Pat, what is that gift? Jason's severed head.
Yeah, that was a little shocking, but hey, it's Game of Thrones. It works.
I'm not going to lie. I was kind of expecting it.
Yeah.
Because it's Thrones. Like, the one thing, if you're new to this universe,
they don't pull back.
No.
They don't hold their punches.
They like to go for shock factor a lot. Mm-hmm. And this was a moment that it worked. Like, sometimes they do it and you're like, okay, this is a little overboard. Red Wedding, case in point.
Yeah.
However, in this moment, it makes sense. It's like, okay, well, you want to make a statement. You just made a statement. So now Damon's getting another alliance. They're building up an army.
Yep.
It leads to no good.
Yep.
And then, obviously, you see that, there's obviously forces working around to get from point A to point B. And this is ultimately leading into the fight of all fights.
Uh-huh.
You want to set this scenario up, Pat?
Well, I mean, what it effectively is you've got Rhaenyra. I know Rhaenyra shows back up at one point and gets told, like, hey, things are going down.
Yeah.
And she goes, wait, what? And she takes off, and it's in the middle of like an ocean or a bay or something, and that's just when the powder keg explodes. And you've got, like I said, it's if you remember the Battle of Casterly Rock from, I forget what season it was, 7 or 8, of the original Game of Thrones. It's that fight, but on steroids and on the ocean, because you've got archers, you've got flaming arrows, you've got, God knows what else they were throwing at them. All the meanwhile, there's like half a dozen 9 dragons flying around?
It's wild.
Oh my God.
It's a crazy visual.
HBO took a blank check, gave it to the showrunners and said, yeah, here's your check for the special effects for this episode.
Yeah, and it lived up. It's beautiful. It's beautiful violence.
It's insane.
But it's what you expect from the series. So like I say, if you're new to this, it's an eye-opener. Mm-hmm. And granted, there are going to be some new fans that tuned in to see this because they're like, okay, what's all the hype about?
Yeah.
Oh, you got an eyeful.
Yeah.
There's
like for everyone who was complaining about the lack of action in season 2, you got it here.
Yeah. So when you start seeing this all play out, you're like, oh, this is now going down. Mm-hmm. And we're talking boats are crashing into each other. There's explosion.
They're shooting specialized arrows that'll take down the dragons or cripple them.
Yeah, I mean, it's wild action everywhere, which is great.
Rhaenyra almost gets thrown off a couple times.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I think at one point the dragon doesn't listen to her.
No, you see the sheep stealer just completely ignores protocol and is going off on his own.
Yeah, starts attacking their own forces, I think, at one point. Like, it's just if you're a military commander watching this episode, you've known things have gone to you-know-what in a handbasket.
Yeah, no, completely. And that's where it keeps escalating.
Yeah.
So just when you think that there's going to be maybe a calm moment, it doesn't happen because the Triarchy and the Valyrian fleet are just going crazy.
Yeah.
And, when you start seeing this all unfold, it's just escalating higher and higher. Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, Rhaenyra is locked away.
Yep.
She can't jump in this.
Yep.
Which is kind of wild to put in perspective.
Yeah.
Because she is somebody that doesn't want to be away from the action, even though like everybody knows if she gets involved, it's going to get a lot more messier, but they kind of have to dance around this a little bit.
Yeah. But
this is when you start seeing Corlys step up and is trying to escape Lothar.
And this is the kid earlier, or right before the battle started, wanted to jump in on the fight, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
And she's like, no, you're the heir to the throne. We need you.
Yeah. Steve Toussaint, who plays Corlys, great job in this, going back and forth, because obviously with Lothar coming in.
He's a teenager. If anyone who's worked with or been around teenagers know, do they listen?
No.
Oh,
absolutely not.
When I was a teenager, did I listen? Usually. Not all the time, though.
I was going to say, you don't listen now. So
hey,
we understand this, Pat.
Hey.
But this is, like I say, Lothar is coming out. And like I say, this is just a wild sequence. Because, like the mood in the room instantly shifted. Mm-hmm. And you knew when this was all going down, somebody's getting killed.
This is like Game of Thrones meets Dungeons and Dragons meets Pirates of the Caribbean. At certain parts of this. This was nuts.
Yeah, I mean, which I loved. I mean, I thought this was arguably one of the stronger elements of this.
This is one of the better battles I've seen. Not just Game of Thrones, but I would argue in like the fantasy genre recently.
I would say so. I think that's a very honest statement.
Like there's the one point where one of the ships gets busted in half, and you got the guy jumping from one side to the other trying to keep the battle going. Like this was nuts.
Yeah, but that's what you needed to do to set it up and really push that further.
Yeah,
because you didn't have that, and it just gets more and more crazy about it.
Mm-hmm.
And like I say, the Triarchy fleet is just completely crazy.
Yeah.
With this. So
there's a lot of ships at the start of the battle. You get to the end, there ain't a lot.
No, definitely not. So as they keep going, it's escalating further and further. You're seeing more dragons get involved. You're seeing and I like how they captured this moment because you're now completely invested in this. You're now can't escape this. No matter what you want to do.
Like at this point, you're like, who the heck is gonna survive?
Yeah, and it plays very well. I mean, Abigail Thorne, who played Lothar, was great in this because she was going for the kill the entire time.
Yeah,
you saw just how much vengeance was in her to go after Corliss and the company there.
Mm-hmm.
So when she rams the ship and it breaks apart, this is when it goes absolutely crazy. And this is when you see Alan wind up killing Lothar.
Mm-hmm.
Because when Corliss falls overboard and is sinking because he's got the armor on too, we have to remember this.
Armor and water, not a good mix.
Yeah, never good.
Not a good mix.
But yeah, when this all goes down, I mean, we see Alan have that great face off.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when, like I said, it gets crazy.
Yeah.
So seeing Abikar, and I apologize if I messed the name up, Abu Baker, just great in this role too.
Yeah.
Just the going back and forth about this. Like I say, it really made for an exciting moment happen. And it kind of took away a little bit from the dragons, which I'm
sure
you might say is kind of a little crazy to put together. But I liked how they didn't rely so much on the dragons.
Yeah, so you go from Game of Thrones where there were like 3 dragons to now there's a lot more dragons.
Well, everybody's got one almost.
Everybody's got one. You don't want to overdo it, and you don't want to oversaturate the screen with them.
Yeah, because when you see Renea show up with Sheepstealer, Sheepstealer is going after everybody.
Sheepstealer was like, I hate everyone.
Yeah, so it really is like one of those kind of awkward moments that it's, as much as we like to think that, the dragons are the end all be all and, or can fight everything, it just doesn't work that way.
No. She was the new driver stuck on the interstate and had no idea what to do.
No. So we're seeing just more death happen, and it kind of ends like on a quiet note, too.
Shocking, though.
Yeah, break it down for us.
So what ends up happening is Jace and his dragon are flying through, and they've been dodging pretty well up until this point. But Jace's dragon Vermax gets shot down by bolt or arrow or something specialized in.
It's like scorpion bolt, I think I heard.
Yeah, that sounds about right. But it's specialized in taking down dragons. Well, the dragon gets taken down. Dragon can't fly, so dragon drowns. Jace almost drowns too, but managed to get back up to the surface. So hooray, he survived the battle, only to get shot by a bowman and die in the water.
Yeah, Harry Collette played a great role in this one, but it goes to serve just how brutal this gets.
Like literally, I'm watching this scene play out, and I'm like, "Oh, hey, kid made it." Oh my God, no, he didn't.
No, I knew he wasn't. And this is nothing against the actor, but you know how cocky he was.
Yeah.
Okay. Like, I'm sorry, not everybody's Jamie Lannister, okay?
I was thinking Jamie Lannister when it happened.
Because it's very similar to that performance.
I'm watching, I'm like, oh, hey, they're going to do the Jamie Lannister. Oh, no, they're not.
No, they're not. It's like, nope, we did that once, fooled you once, shame on us. Fooled us twice, shame on you. And that's how it ends.
Yeah.
It's wild to see, but there's just so much carnage and just destruction everywhere. It's amazing to watch visually all of this go down, but it's horrific if you're in that world to watch this because that's like a daily occurrence in Thrones.
It really is. Like, if you ever see one of those videos where, like, your birthday month is the universe you live in and you land on Game of Thrones, I'm sorry, you're not lasting long.
Yeah, that's just a wild scenario. But overall, though, I thought they did enough. But like I said, it just felt like a season finale.
Yeah, it really did. It really felt like you said, a season finale, or even like the Game of Thrones style, where the penultimate episode is the insane one where everything happens, everyone dies, all the action takes place, and then the final episode is the one we're like, all right, let's let everybody breathe for a second. Yeah,
but it'll be interesting to watch what they do for next episode primarily, because how do you top this?
And if I'm not mistaken, I think it already got renewed for season 4.
Oh, I think 4, and I think they said that's it.
I believe you're right. Yeah, I'm double checking now.
So, which if they do, they do. It makes sense. But now the problem is you have episode 2 coming out next week.
Yep.
You have to capitalize on the events there. But if you know Thrones, after a big battle like this, it is a letdown. Because you have to bring the crowd back down, almost using the wrestling term. I know Rich always talks about this in 6 or 7 TWS.
Yeah, yep.
You have to let the crowd back down. So next week's is going to be a lot more talking, which...
And recovery.
Yeah.
And just assessing who's left.
Yeah, so... It will be interesting to watch with the dynamics taking place. But I guess overall, in my opinion, a solid episode, but felt more like a finale with just you really unloaded everything in the arsenal in the last 20 minutes of the show. And it's not a bad thing per se, but trying to top this with 7 other episodes is going to be very, very difficult.
Yeah, no, I agree 100%.
All right, final thoughts, Pat?
Solid episode. Didn't really get good until you got to the battle portion of the episode, but it's not a bad episode. It's good, but it's not what I would expect from a season premiere. But hey, not everyone season premiere can be a home run.
Absolutely. But you heard our thoughts. Now we want to hear yours, ODPH Society. Hit us up on the hashtag ODPHpod. If you're still using them, why not use it? Let us know your thoughts on episode 1 of season 3 of HBO's House of the Dragon, entitled Salt and Sea, Fire and Blood. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. Comics the Magazine is the powerhouse periodical you need to have. From creator interviews to insightful articles, Comics delivers the best parts of the fandom each and every issue. It has an exclamation point in its name for a reason. So what are you waiting for? Get to your local comic shop and pick up the latest issue, and check out comicsthemagazine.com for more information. Comics, the Magazine, is what the fans are reading. Coming back for another segment on this edition of the ODPH podcast, and kicking off this week at the movie theaters is the long-awaited return of the Maiden of Might. Supergirl is now coming to theaters based off the Peter Safran and James Gunn DC Films Studios. So there's a lot of expectations coming from this. Obviously, last year was the year of Superman and the successful debut of the new franchise under Gunn and Safran. So this film has got a lot of question marks surrounding it because obviously Supergirl, you're piggybacking off of the great Superman film. And there's nothing wrong with that. We appreciate spinoffs.
Absolutely.
Millie Alcock is playing the Maiden of Might herself, Kara Zor-El. And we have a return of sorts with one Jason Momoa playing the Last Nazarian, Lobo. A role that he has been politicking for since the dawn of time.
Yeah.
So there's a lot to talk about this. We've seen the trailer a few times. And we really kind of want to give a preview about what we're expecting from this film. Now, we do know that certain embargoes have been lifted. There are reviews coming out. I have some thoughts on that. But, Pat, let's get into this. You've seen the trailer.
Yeah.
What is the temp of the room for you? Supergirl, are you excited to see it or are you not, and why?
I'm interested to see it. I don't know if I'm necessarily excited to see it just because, at least for me, Supergirl has never been on that level of an I need to read this book or I need to see this animated series or animated movie or like whatever property she's been in. It's never been like a draw or a point of like, ooh, this character's in it. I need to go see it because of this. That's not to say they're all bad and I don't enjoy them. And whenever she makes an appearance, I hate it. No, that's absolutely not the case. There have been plenty of stuff I enjoy, but it's interesting to go this route this early into the run with Peter Safran and James Gunn. I'm interested to see where it goes. I'm interested to see, where it leads to, because we do know plausibly, as far as I know, the next movie is going to be the Superman sequel, Man of Tomorrow. So it's going to see how, if at all, this spins off or leads into that film, but I'm interested. I wouldn't say I'm over the moon. I wouldn't say I'm like, I'm not going to see this at all. I'm going to wait till streaming. No, I'm like, I'm interested.
I will say this. After seeing the trailer, I am intrigued by this film. But I'm more intrigued because, as you know, if you're a longtime listener to the ODPH, we always say there's a comic book audience and there's a pop culture audience. I don't think the pop culture audience is going to get this as much as they did with Superman.
Well, yeah, I mean, because you think about it. What was the last major project, I guess you could say, Supergirl was in. Okay, yeah, there was the Flash movie, but we don't like to talk about.
No, yeah, we don't.
We don't talk about it. So you've got the CW TV show, which, let's not forget, started as a CBS television show before whatever happened. And I don't think I've ever heard or read what the reasoning was that they had switched from CBS to CW. But let's face it. Nothing against anyone in that show, anyone that worked on that show, but let's face it, when you rank the CW Arrowverse shows, it's probably going to come in fourth, depending on how you want. Depending on how you want to rank, the other ones, it's probably going to come in fourth. Some folks are going to sit there and say it was their favorite, but I don't feel like that's going to be the majority.
No, I think unfortunately the CW show, it took a while to find its groove. Once it did, it was very, very good. I will even say behind Arrow and Flash, it was number 3 for a time.
Okay.
You could make it's a great debate to have, and obviously hashtag ODPH Pod, if it was better or worse than Legends of Tomorrow, because I think
season 1 and 2, no. But after that, you can make an argument they switch.
Yeah, you can make an argument here and there.
Yeah.
Like I think once they got to the CW, I think they got back to where they should have gone with Kara Zor-El. I really do. I think this, in my opinion, the CBS show was not good, but it's also, once again, you're dealing with the pop culture audience on that kind of mainstream level to one that the CW Arrowverse is more geared toward the comic universe. So I think you're going to have a difference of opinion there, but I think, there are struggles to be there to connect to the pop culture audience, and that's always a gamble when you do any comic book movie.
Right.
Unless you take one that has been around for, 100, I shouldn't say hundreds of years. We are getting near that point with certain heroes.
We're getting there.
But when you've had one that's been around for decades, like a Superman or a Batman or a Spider-Man,
right,
the audience has grown up with that, so that helps. Supergirl is very tricky because is a great character. She, Kara Zor-El is a great character when she's written right. Where I think this movie is going to succeed with the comic audience, and this is where I'm kind of finally getting to the point with. The series, or the movie, is based off the series Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow by Tom King and Vixley Evely.
Okay.
That is an amazing series in the comic form. How that translates to the mainstream, I don't know if that's necessarily going to be a home run. And it's nothing against the material. Like I say, I love the series. I think the series is very, very good. However, when you make a transition like that, there will be some hiccups.
Right.
I think that there's going to be some here. And it's nothing against the actors involved with this film. I just don't think it is. But I think that series is kind of tricky to pull off, but I love the fact they're doing it.
Right.
And I love the fact that Gunn is taking this and really going to try, with his team producing it. I really think that they have got a good eye for this.
He's definitely taken a risk with this, and just on the fact that, I'm looking up the credits on the movie, and the film is written by, it's obviously got the Jerry Siegel, Joe Shuster writing credits because of the agreement that DC has with the family. But also one of the writers is Ann Noguera, which I look at her IMDb page. She's got 2 writing credits, one being Supergirl, and the other one being a short film in 2018 called We Win. So she's got 2 writing credits. She's got more acting credits than she does writing credits. So relatively new writer, at least from what we've seen in Hollywood. And then you've got the director is a gentleman by the name of Craig Gillespie, who directed the film I, Tonya. Was also a producer on that film, but also worked on The Finest Hours, which was, if I'm not mistaken, that was the Tom Hanks movie that went to Apple TV, if I'm not mistaken. But
I think.
If that's the one I'm thinking of, I saw that. That was actually not a bad movie. But you go through the rest of it, and it's a lot of kind of artists, and by that I mean singers, movies, quote unquote. Did Beyonce X Verizon Can't Be Broken? Did another one where I saw one. They did another one. I'm blanking on the name, but Kid Cudi did a Kid Cudi No One Believes Me music video.
Was he connected to the Pam and Tommy?
He actually directed Pam and Tommy.
Okay.
So he was the director of the Pam and Tommy miniseries for 3 episodes.
Okay.
So it like, you look at his known for, he was the producer on I, Tonya, director of The Finest Hours, director of Lars and the Real Girl in 2007, and then director of Fright Night in 2011. So it's not exactly like household, well-known stuff, other than maybe Finest Hours and I, Tonya, if you saw those. So it's relative unknowns, and it's a character that, like you said, Do fans know her? Yes, but is it of the type that, like, okay, the name alone will attract them to the box office? Not entirely.
No, I mean, it is a gamble, but then again, at the same point, I love the initiative that is taken here.
Absolutely.
Because Gunn is not afraid to go and get a character like a Supergirl and try doing a movie.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing like with Creature Commandos.
Yeah.
And putting that as an animated film.
Mm-hmm.
You know, with how vast DC's library is of characters, I think it's great to take those risks. I mean, we live in a day and age, and I know I've said this before, and I'll say it probably till the day I die. We live in a day and age where there is a profitable Ant-Man franchise.
2.
No, I mean, what do you think about the franchise?
No, yeah. Oh, yeah, sorry.
Yeah, no. I mean, 3 films.
3 films, yeah.
3 films. 3 films of the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
Which, listen, I am a longtime fan of the Guardians. Never thought I'd see the day we had 3 major films, but here we are. So the fact that you have that kind of bravado to do this, I think is great. And the fact that he went to the source material.
Yeah, that doesn't hurt.
That's a huge, huge win. We've always talked about when you can adapt a great story from the comic shops to the pop culture screen, you usually strike gold, pending what it is.
Right.
I mean, if you look at like Batman vs. Superman, too many stories didn't work. If this is heavily influenced, and I think that's the best way to word this, by Women of Tomorrow, I think fans are going to be happily surprised.
Yeah.
But I think this, if you were expecting Superman 2.0, you're going to be sadly mistaken. Kara Zor-El is not like her cousin.
No.
So there is going to be that kind of shock to the system, I guess.
Yeah.
But it should be something that shouldn't hover around fans.
We also haven't seen that much of Millie Alcock, who is playing Kara Zor-El in this film, in this universe all that much, because let's think back, the only time we've seen her in the role is for what? A minute and a half at the end of Superman.
Mm-hmm.
So you could argue she's got more airtime in these trailers than she does on the big screen.
I mean, no, that's a very fair statement. I think the only thing that might hurt her on this aspect is I know they've been pushing Momoa as Lobo.
Yeah.
Which, listen,
he's been wanting to play that role for a while.
And we know Momoa has a huge fan base due to his work in Aquaman and the Justice League.
Game of Thrones.
Yeah, but especially with him wanting to be Lobo.
I'll say that he has told the story, and James Gunn has told the story, that the day it got announced he and Peter Safran were taking over as the head of DC Studios, Momoa texted Gunn, Lobo in all caps with like 1 million exclamation points.
Yeah, and I think he's going to be amazing.
He's going to be tremendous.
Yeah, which I think that if that brings fans in so they can see Alcock's performance, I think that's just a win, because I think this film is going to do better than some of the reviews coming out about this.
Yeah,
and I think if you're reading a lot of negativity about this, my advice is give this a fair chance.
Sure.
Because I think that there's going to be some critics that are not in tune to the comic story. And they're not going to get it like somebody that goes every Wednesday to the shops. It's just how it is.
Yeah.
You know, do you really want everything to be so cookie cutter as we always refer to, like with the MCU? No. This is going to be a very different story if they follow along with what the actual comic was. And I think that it's going to be great to see as a fan. But then again, translating to the pop culture audience, I think is going to be some friction. And I think with some of the stuff, and I'm not repeating the reviews I've seen because I'm trying to actually ignore them. I've seen headlines and I'm like, okay, this is kind of a reach, in my opinion. Now, granted, when we go see the film, we'll have a whole different story when we review it down here. But until then...
Well, and plus the other thing, too, people have different likes and different opinions on things. If you send me to review an Alien movie, you're going to get a lot different opinion than someone who's an actual fan of the franchise.
Oh, yeah, completely. So I think we have to just kind of remind ourselves as comic fans and as pop culture fans, take it for what it is when you come in there.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be a different story. It's a great story, though. And the art in the book, like I say, if you haven't picked it up, go find the trade paperback. It's amazing. It's like I say, if they were going to pick one Supergirl story to do, I'm glad they chose this one. And then the only thing I'm fearing is how much they interject Lobo into it. But
yeah, I mean, they could use that as the needle moving factor.
Oh, I think so. I think you're going to hear my unofficial ODPH guess. Pending how this is well received, and I think as the pop culture audience will attest to with the box office numbers,
yeah,
we'll get a true test in the room. I'm not doubting at San Diego Comic-Con you hear something more involving Jason Momoa as Lobo.
That could be. I'm not getting Keaton as Batman in Flash vibes.
Right.
But it ain't far off.
It's close, though.
Yeah.
And I understand why they're doing it, and I'm not mad at them. My personal preference, I wish they wouldn't do as much.
Yeah.
But I get it. I'm not mad about it.
Yeah.
But I think that once we get to the theaters, I think there's going to be a lot to be excited about. If you go in, if you're a comic fan, you're going to be more invested in this.
Mm-hmm.
I think if you're not, and you just go because it's like the MCU effect, so to speak.
Sure.
And granted, I know I'm talking DC, but you know exactly what I'm saying.
It's all produce.
Yeah, there's a pop culture effect that you go in expecting pop culture stories.
Yeah.
You're not going to get this with this film.
Yeah.
You're going to get something else.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited to go see it. Like I said, I'm more intrigued, but now that I'm really kind of deep diving into the talk about it, I actually am kind of excited. Yeah. More excited to go see this, I should say.
I'm intrigued to see the cape because it was revealed by Millie Alcock. She did in an interview during, I think it was like the press tour with the Raiders of the Lost podcast, that the cape she is wearing in this film is made from leftover fabric that they used for Christopher Reeve's cape in the 1978 original Superman film.
Oh, wow.
She did say, quote, "My cape in this film was remade using material from the original Superman cape." She went on to say, "Yeah, I think that they found there was like 16 meters of that material. So yeah, that's in the back of my mind, back of my cape now," close quote. So they didn't take Christopher Reeve's cape, repurpose it and use it for Supergirl. No, they had leftover fabric in a storage facility or somewhere and was like, "Hey, why don't we use this for the film?" And I think it's a really fun connection.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, I think that obviously everybody knows what it means to put on the big S, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
And I know there's a lot of responsibility, so to speak, with that role. And I know coming off the heels of such a blockbuster film as Superman, there's a lot of pressure on this film to succeed.
Yeah.
It's not going to break the records of Superman, but I don't think it needs to. I think it just needs to prove that it's profitable, and then we're off to the races where we go from there.
Mm-hmm.
And I think there's a lot to be excited about because if this film does well, which I think it will, I think it'll do okay. Like, I think if you're comparing it to Superman, I don't think that's fair.
Right.
But I think it should do, if fans just go and give it an open-minded chance, I think it'll be fine. I think if everybody is buying into all the negative reviews already coming out, I think you're doing yourself a big disservice. Go see it, check it out, and then make your own opinions. And then if you don't like it, I understand. Like, we can always have that conversation. But I think after this, all the attention is going to be going to San Diego Comic-Con.
Yeah.
Whatever's going to get announced there, because I know something's going to get announced there one way or another.
Hopefully a release date for something we'll talk about in one-shots.
Yeah, possibly.
Maybe.
Possibly could happen. But I think in the meantime, though, there's a lot to be excited about as a fan, if not intrigued. And I think that's probably the easiest way we could say it.
Yeah.
So that said, we gave you kind of our spoiler talk or statement concerning going to see Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. That's my official name for it. But we want to hear yours. Hit us up on the hashtag ODPH pod. Supergirl is coming out in the movie theaters this weekend as we are recording. What's your thoughts on that? Let's talk about it. Hit us up. Let us know. We're going to get one last breakout. We'll be right back.
Hey, this is Scott Snyder, and you better listen to the ODPH podcast or I'm coming for you, and Batman is coming for you.
Coming back for the final segment on this edition of the ODPH podcast. Pad, what you got?
Got a couple things to talk about. First of which, for some sports stuff, I got to talk the Local Minute and the Binghamton Rumble Ponies and how they're doing because the season is midway through, getting close to the All-Star break. And looking at their schedule from last week, they were at home playing New Hampshire. They won their game on Tuesday, lost their game on Tuesday. Final score 4-1. Lost on Wednesday 5-4. Won on Thursday 8-1. Won on Friday 5-2, one on Saturday 10-2, and then this past Sunday lost 5-4. They're on the road playing Erie this week. They had a game yesterday as we record. Lost that game 10-2. They've got a game tonight on Wednesday 6:05 p.m. Eastern. They've also got games on Thursday at 6:05 p.m. Eastern. Friday is at 6:35 p.m. Eastern. Saturday back at 6:05 p.m. Eastern, and then Sunday is at 6:05 p.m. Eastern. Do not worry, though. They will not be out of town for very long because next week, starting on Tuesday, June 30th, they will be at home for a series against Chesapeake. So, yes, folks, that does mean there will be a home game Saturday, July 4th. So definitely want to get tickets and get there early.
Yeah, get there early for that one.
Get there early because, oh boy, considering it's the 250th birthday, there'll be fireworks. It's going to be a packed house. So for more tickets, information, all that good stuff, bingrp.com. Then we're going to talk a little bit of Major League Baseball because, hey, we are approaching the All-Star break.
Wow.
Very soon. Voting is out for the Major League Baseball. Looking at some of the standings for who is where in the ballot. For the American League first base, no surprise to anyone, Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
Yeah, no shocks there.
He's in first place. Ben Rice, though, right behind him for the Yankees.
That's good.
882,000 votes.
That's good. I like seeing that.
So he will at least probably get an appearance at the game. For second base, Ernie Clement of the Blue Jays is well in the lead with that. He's at over 2 million votes. Second place is Ezekiel Duran of the Texas Rangers, who's at 500,000. So, yeah, I think Ernie Clement's got that one locked up.
Yeah.
Shocker to absolutely no one, Bobby Witt Jr. is leading at shortstop from the Kansas City Royals, 1.7 million votes. He's got that one locked up. Third base, it is Junior Caminero of the Tampa Bay Rays. He's leading that vote get. And then outfield, it is the top 3 vote getters, although admittedly for this one of them probably not going to make an appearance. That's because of an injury he's got going. Leading vote getter in the American League for the outfield, Aaron Judge of the New York Yankees. He's out injured, so I'll mention who's in fourth because that's probably who's going to get the nod in his place. Second place is Mike Trout of the LA Angels. Third is Byron Buxton of the Minnesota Twins. And then fourth, and probably will get the nod because Aaron Judge is out, Cody Bellinger of the Yankees. So, hey, got that going on. And then for catcher, it is Shea Langoliers of the Sacramento Athletics, Las Vegas Athletics, Oakland Athletics, whatever the hell you want to call them these days. But, yeah, he is in first place for the catching position. And then designated hitter, shocker to no one, Yordan Alvarez of the Houston Asterisks. Then over on the National League side, Freddie Freeman is leading in first base for
no-brainer there
from the Dodgers. Yeah, no surprise there. Although Matt Olson making it a competition, he's real close in the vote count.
As he should, yeah.
Yeah. Ozzie Albies of the Atlanta Braves is leading second base over there. Byron Stott of the Philadelphia Phillies, real close behind him though. C.J. Abrams of the Washington Nationals is real close ahead of Mookie Betts of the LA Dodgers for shortstop. That one's a real interesting race. Third base is Max Muncy of the LA Dodgers. And then for outfield, your top 3 vote getters are Andy Pages of the LA Dodgers, Brandon Marsh of the Philadelphia Phillies, and Ronald Acuna Jr. of the Atlanta Braves. Catcher is Drake Baldwin. Drake from the Atlanta Braves. So he's leading that. And, well, I could ask you who's leading the designated hitter for the LA Dodgers, but I think you all know this at this point. I could give you one guess, and I think you would all get it.
Shohei.
Yeah, although, hey, Kyle Schwarber's at least kind of in the neighborhood behind him. But, yeah, no, Shohei's the leading vote getter for the designated hitter position at the Dodgers. Although, hey, I will say congratulations to Shohei and his wife. Just welcomed their second child into the world. Congratulations to him.
Yes, notably absent from that list, Juan Soto.
Yeah, I did notice that.
I know he's like 6th or 7th on the voting, but
he's on the list. But he top 3 get the nod. After that, we will see. Hey, listen, if you saw the video of the Mets in Philly, and there was that fan in the outfield who was gesturing towards Juan Soto, I want that framed and mounted on my wall.
Amazing.
Oh my God, that was so good.
So let's talk a little pro wrestling. It's a monster weekend here with a lot of huge cards going down. 607 TWS has got you covered on that. Thursday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on YouTube. So it'll be a full deep dive on that. But Pat, you want to talk some WWE?
Yeah, let's talk some WWE. Taking place this Saturday, June 27th. Start time of 1 p.m. Eastern. If you're here in the States, the first hour will be on ESPN. After that, you need to go to your ESPN Unlimited or however you watch their ESPN stuff to watch it. But it is going to be Night of Champions, and it's the 1 o'clock start time. It's because it's over in Saudi Arabia, which, hey, not mad. It's at the early start time, but is what it is. A couple matches on the card. First of which we'll mention is the King of the Ring tournament final. The winner will be crowned King of the Ring and earn a world championship match at SummerSlam. And your competitors are main event Jey Uso and the ruler Obafemi.
So this has been actually a solid build-up for this. I will admit, though, I don't know what is going on with Jey Uso and the whole new bloodline. I have got very strong feelings about that. But I will say this. I don't doubt we have a Lesnar run-in.
Guaranteed.
That costs over the crown, which is fine because...
Borrow the phrase from Charles Barkley.
Yeah, it'll set up their feud for rubber match for SummerSlam, which is perfectly fine to do. And I think for Jey Uso winning... If it sets up a feud with him and Cody,
which is I think what they're alluding to, or he's hinted at, is he's obviously ain't going to go for Roman. He's going to go after Cody.
I think separating him on a different brand is actually not a bad thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm more inclined to get behind that. So I'll say Jay wins this.
Yeah, listen, I would prefer Obafemi win, just because, listen, we did the whole Jay thing. It was fine. It ran its course. Do I need to see it again so soon? Not really. But I am of the belief, like you, that we're going to get it. Listen, it's a big pay-per-view. It's Saudi Arabia. We know how much they love seeing Brock Lesnar. We're going to get a Brock Lesnar run in. He is going to cost Obafemi this match. We know that Obafemi has said, we're going to have that rubber match at some point. He never said when. Everyone knows SummerSlam's in Minneapolis, Brock Lesnar's backyard, so to speak. So no, I think it's going to end up being Jey Uso, though.
Okay.
Next up is the Queen of the Ring tournament final. Of course, the winner will be crowned Queen of the Ring and earn a world championship match at SummerSlam. In this matchup, you have the Genius of the Sky, Io Sky, going up against, well, she's a title holder and she's in the finals because, hey, reasons and storyline. But the other one is Liv Morgan.
So this is kind of an interesting dynamic with Liv being in the finals.
Because the way she's put it, she wins, nobody gets a shot.
But see, and I forget who brought this up online, so I will give credit where this is when I catch it. Somebody said they might go to the New Japan route, where if a champion wins the tourney, they get to pick their own opponent.
Ooh.
So
I'm not mad at that.
Yeah, so I think if they did that, that would be something fun.
Yeah, that would be good.
But there's a couple of question marks I have with this. There's a rumor that Liv is injured.
I've heard some. So I've heard some rumblings because there was an incident I know that took place at a house show. With Sol Ruca, to the point where the Liv Morgan fans made Sol take her Twitter account private.
Yeah.
Which, if you're that type of person, stay off the internet.
Yeah. So depending on if Liv is ready to go, I could see that.
Mm-hmm.
If Io wins, though, that's a really interesting dynamic.
See, I would love to see Io get it, just because the storyline she was in, through no fault of her own, got dropped like a hot plate after you just served dinner on it.
Mm-hmm.
Where it was a great storyline. Had it going with Asuka, and you had it going with Kairi Sane, and the tugging back and forth between Asuka and Io with Kairi, and what I figured would be eventually, a battle for, who's Kairi's friend. And then it got dropped, So I would like to see her get something out of that. Like, hey, sorry, we dropped the ball on you. Let's throw you a bone. But
No, here's where I'm going with this.
Okay.
She wins and challenges Rhea.
Ooh.
And is like, you left me.
I like that idea.
You're my best friend and you left me.
Ooh, I do like that idea.
So now I'm going to take something from you because you took something from me.
You can't get Rhea booed even if you tried these days.
Exactly.
That would make a lot of sense.
So I'm hoping that happens.
You could have her show up on Friday. Oh, I'm kind of assessing where things are. Figuring out who I want to challenge, blah, 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 and have her attack, come out, be supportive of, be in Rhea's corner for a match on SmackDown. And, oh, you know what? I like that idea.
Yeah. I mean, unless they get something kind of tricky, because I've heard rumors about Stephanie McCure coming back and getting involved some way, somehow. So we'll have to wait and see. But I'm going to say, just for my own personal wanting to happen, I want to see Io win.
Yeah. Then you've got a singles match for the United States Championship with Trick Williams defending his belt against Ricky Saints.
Trick.
Uh-huh.
Also, I mean,
yeah.
Listen, other than Danhausen, there's not an more over wrestler right now.
He is like the third hottest thing going through no fault of his own.
Yeah. So nothing against Ricky Saints. It's going to be a great match, but Trick wins.
Then you've got a steel cage match between Braun Breaker and Seth Rollins. How many shenanigans are we going to get in this match?
See, we're going to get a lot of shenanigans. This is going to be crazy run-ins, and I'm not doubting Bronson Reed comes in and makes his return.
They mentioned him on Monday night. I said Monday night, Monday afternoon Raw.
So I don't doubt he comes back to help Braun, which, listen, I'm 1,000,000% fine with. I think Braun needs this more than Seth, because if Seth wins, you got to give him Roman. Like that. Sorry, SummerSlam is now booked.
Listen, we all know there's going to be shenanigans in this. Well, Seth is real good buddies with the Street Profits, which, hey, congratulations to the Street Profits, tag team champs. But between the Street Profits, Seth, Vision, minus Logan Paul because he's still out injured. But I think he's still. So you'll get the Austin Theory run in. Logan will be there to hand the brass knucks, even though it won't work, whatever. But no, I think you're right. I think we'll get the Bronson Reed because, like I said, they mentioned him on Monday night, and Michael Cole brought up how he's in the best shape of his career.
Yeah.
So I think that's a strong hint of hey, he's coming.
Yeah.
Then you've got a triple threat match for the undisputed WWE Championship with Cody Rhodes defending his belt against Gunther and Sami Zayn.
See,
pull the trigger. Do it, you cowards.
Yeah, it's now or never with Sami.
Do it.
Listen, we've had Sami doing his best Bret Hart impersonation by being the last good guy left. I'm not mad about the gimmick. It is what it is.
No.
Cody's title run has gone very stale.
Uh-huh.
We need something to shake it up.
Gunther, considering where he was a year ago, is now looking in a very interesting place, and I don't mean that in a good way.
No, I mean, I think with Gunther, it's waiting time. Because here's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
The money feud you can make with Gunther is Gunther Roman.
Yeah.
And that would be huge.
Yeah.
I don't think they've ever had a program together.
Not that I can think of.
So listen, I think that's where you go with that. But I think right now, if you're ever going to do it with Sami, and I would do it for shock value, you can move the belt off him before SummerSlam. There's Saturday night's main event is coming up.
That's true.
You've got ways to do this, and it's not like Sami needs a huge title reign per se.
Right.
But I think if you're going to do it and you add him to this match, he's going to eat the pin on somebody.
Right.
Unless he wins.
Right.
So you have to choose, like, what do you want, column A or column B? I think there's more tread to be had on the tires if you give him the belt and let him go with it for a couple weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like I say, you can move the belt off him or have him run it back at SummerSlam in a triple threat, whatever, because SummerSlam's 2 nights this year, right?
Yes, it is.
So
it's if I'm not mistaken, I'm looking at the calendar now. Where are you? June, July, August. Yes. So it's Saturday, August 1st, and Sunday, August 2nd.
So there you go.
I'm also looking up, because since you brought it up, Roman and Gunther they've been in a match together, but not a one-on-one match.
Right. It was like a tag match, right? Or Survivor Series?
No. So the only 2 times they've been in a WWE ring together, there was a Raw versus SmackDown versus NXT 15-man elimination triple threat.
Okay.
That was in November of 2019. The other one was obviously the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, that was when
2026.
That's when NXT they had everybody up there because there was all the travel issues.
They had the travel issues, so they had to get NXT involved, and it made one of the greatest Survivor Series of all time.
Yes, all facts.
Fight me on that.
All facts. No, so I'm going to say I hope it's Sami just for reasons.
Listen, I'm Sami. Pull the trigger. Do it, you cowards.
Yeah.
Then you've got a singles match for the Women's United States Championship with Tiffany Stratton defending her belt against Jade Cargill.
So this is because Rhea's out, if I'm not mistaken.
I do believe so, yeah.
So... listen, I think it's too soon to give Jade the belt back.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to say this is Tiffy time.
I say Tiffy time with an interference run-in from what's her name? Julia.
Could happen. I mean, there's a lot of different things that could happen with that to make that happen. But I think Tiffany retains for right now.
Yeah, I agree.
And then we see what happens, because if Liv, it depends on when this match is on the card.
Mm-hmm.
If they open up with the Liv and Io to start the show,
yeah,
I don't doubt Liv coming out to confront Tiffany at the end of this, or maybe Io too, just for reasons. Mm-hmm. She has to go there to defend Rhea's honor or whatever the case is, because Rhea's out with injury.
We should also note that the Monday Night Raw after the show, so that'll be so the show's on Saturday the 27th, the Monday Night Raw on Monday the 29th, in case you did not miss it, because it was on at 2:00 Eastern, because it was over in England this week. The Monday Night Raw on Monday the 29th will start at 6:00 Eastern. It is stateside, but they're doing a SmackDown taping immediately afterwards, not because of cost-saving measures like I've seen some people speculate online. 4th of July is on Saturday, so I don't think they want to have their wrestlers try and travel home and get to their families on the day before 4th of July.
Say what you will, I will say this, TKO has been smart about working around holidays. So I can't be mad at them about that aspect.
Agreed 100%.
Other things we can talk about. Mm-hmm. But there's also one more show going on with the WWE Universe. And let's talk about it, Pat.
So this is taking place on Sunday, June 28th. I believe the start time is 7:00 Eastern on CW here in the States. I believe
first pay-per-view there.
Yes. Netflix, I believe, internationally. And this is the Great American Bash.
So very excited to see the Summer Classic coming back, and especially
card.
Huge weight. Let's talk about it.
Stacked card. So in this one, you've got Shiloh Hill taking on Tristan Angels in a singles match.
Great feud they've been setting up. Shiloh Hill has been winning me over, but it's all to his partnership with Tatum Paxley.
True.
So listen, I don't think they're going to deny Shiloh this. I mean, this has been the whole Mr. NXT feud. Tristan Angel is going to be a world champion by year's end, probably.
Agreed, 100%.
So listen, Shiloh can have this one.
Agreed. Speaking of Tatum Paxley, she is in the next matchup where this is a singles match for the Women's North American Championship with Zarya defending her belt against Tatum Paxley.
See, do I want Tatum to win? Yes, she is
forever.
Yeah, she should be champion forever because ever since she's gotten a belt, she's gotten so much better than. I'm sorry, like the evolution of her character has been light years of good.
Yeah.
Zarya winning, they did not just give her the belt just to play hot potato with it. As much as I'd love to see Tatum win, unless they're going to call Tatum up to the main roster,
I don't think so.
Zarya wins.
They just did a ton of call-ups.
Yeah, I don't
think she's going to be due anytime soon.
No, I could see her having one last world title run and then call her up, and that's fine.
Could be. Then you've got a singles match where Dion Lennox is taking on Saquon Sugars.
The implosion of Dark State continues here. Listen, I think I give it to Saquon.
Yeah.
I think you have to. This is going to be a really good match. I think it's going to fly under the radar a little bit.
Agreed.
But they're going to put on a hell of a show.
Then you've got a singles match for the Women's Speed Championship with Ren Sinclair defending her belt against Ariana Grace.
Ren CC all day. Listen, Ren on social media is amazing too, by the way. This is going to be the Speed title I'm not a huge fan of.
Yeah.
I understand the concept of it.
It made sense when it was, on Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it. But now it's like,
No, but listen, if they want to make it another mid-card title and just get away from the time frame about it,
sure.
I think it's fine.
Sure.
I hope Ren wins. But if Ariana has won some gold, I think Ren deserves a little bit of a run. I know she got injured for a little bit, so
I'm all right with Ren.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to take it off.
Next up, you've got a singles match for the NXT North American Championship with Miles Bourne defending his belt against Tavion Heights.
Okay. Miles Bourne, I think, has got a lot of potential, but he reminds me too much of Kyle Fletcher. I think he's got a lot of tools, but I don't get the charisma part.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
And I'm not hating on him by any stretch of the imagination, but I feel as though he got the belt, and what have we done with this? Now, is Tavion Heights the guy to get the belt from him? You can make an argument. I think they're going to have a hell of a match. But I think Miles wins, but I'm going to be honest. I think his run as North American champion has been very lackluster.
Yeah. No, I'm all right with giving Tavion a shot and seeing where it goes from here. Just for flavor's sake. Because like you, I haven't been super impressed by Miles Bourne.
No. Sorry, it just is what it is.
This next matchup, I don't even need to ask you who you think is going to win because I know your answer before I even say anything. This is a singles match for the NXT Championship with Tony D'Angelo defending his belt against Naraku.
Who do you think?
Naraku. No, you're going with Tony D'Angelo.
Tony's my guy. I mean, listen, I love Naraku. I think he's great. I think when he gets to become world champion, and note I said when, that's going to be incredible. However, unless they're planning on calling Tony up,
which again I don't think so.
I don't think
they
now.
just did a ton of call-ups.
Yeah, I know, that's the thing. I think he's been long overdue to go to the main roster. I will admit I'm not in love with the new gimmick of the lone wolf. I thought Baron Corbin did it a lot better.
Yeah.
But I think Tony has to be on my very short list of you talk about improved wrestlers.
Sure.
I think for where he's gone with the gimmick, and I love the gimmick of him as a crime boss. I'm sorry. That's the man beat a prison rep because he won a match.
That's true.
Let's not forget this. That's the best true. TNA gimmick that's not TNA. I think he's going to retain.
Yeah.
Because I think the fact they just did the fireball to the face on Tuesday.
Yep.
I think unless they're going to make that some way that he wins. But I will say, I don't think he loses here, but I think he's going to lose soon.
Probably.
And I wouldn't doubt Naraku wins in a fatal four-way with my new favorite Mason because he's big, he's bad, he'll body slam your dad. Best catchphrase ever. So, but I'm going to say Tony D all day.
Yeah, no, I agree. And then you've got a singles match for the NXT Women's Championship with Lola Vice defending her belt against Kendall Gray.
So this is very interesting. Lola Vice, another greatly improved wrestler, in my opinion. And her title reign, long overdue, I think. Or at least to get that shot to the main card. I mean, Lola's done everything in that division. I think he can. However, though, much of the same vein as Miles Bourne, what have we done with that world title?
Right.
And I guess that's where I would say I would not doubt they put the belt on Kendall Gray here. Gray is the future of the women's division. Gray is that good. I'm not doubting it's new here.
Okay.
But if they kept it, I wouldn't doubt they run it back very soon. And I think Gray, much like in the same vein as Naraku, I wouldn't doubt that we say and new involving her very, very soon.
Mm-hmm. I think they're going to go with Lola Vice for right now, but I think they're going to keep this Kendall Gray thing going just to really build her up and get the fans behind her. Like, you look at kind of the track record she's had since she joined WWE, it's very impressive, but I don't know if she's quite there yet.
She's close.
She's close. It just needs a little tweaking, a little bit of adjusting, and then we'll see where it goes.
Yeah.
Then we got those two wrestling events going on. Definitely check those out. And like you said, listen to 6 and 7 TWS, the wrestling show for breakdown and more. And
this is going to be a stacked show this week. So definitely make sure you're subscribed to Fanlight Zone on YouTube because you don't want to miss that.
Then we got a couple of entertainment topics to talk about real quick. We did get the release date and the episode titles. I'm avoiding the episode titles like they're the plague because I don't want to be spoiled. Excuse me, but we did get the release date. Excuse me, for X-Men 97 season 2. We're getting a 3-episode premiere. Not sure how I feel about that, but there is a total of 9 episodes this upcoming season. So we got the 3-episode premiere on Wednesday, July 1st. Episodes then drop every Wednesday through August the 12th. So definitely check that out. I am super excited for this. Cannot come soon enough.
Yeah, no, I've been stoked about this. So, I mean, season 1 was amazing. So I'm hoping this continues in the same vein.
Yeah, I agree. Then we got a trailer for something we knew was coming.
Yeah, we've known about this for a while.
We've known this is coming, but this is the first look we've gotten at it. And this is the Batman Nightfall trilogy, animated movies. So there's 3 movies coming out about this. Just says coming soon. And when I said earlier in the show, San Diego Comic-Con, hopefully we get a release date for this thing because holy crap, this thing looks amazing.
Yeah.
So this, just for some of the cast, you've got Anson Mount playing Bruce Wayne Batman. You might know him. He was Black Bolt and Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. He's also Captain Christopher Pike in Star Trek Strange New Worlds. So great casting on that end of things. The Gentleman playing Bane. Big role. It is none other than Michael Mondo, who, if you don't know the name, you might know the role or the face because in the Better Call Saul series, he was Nacho.
Okay.
Fantastic.
Okay.
Fantastic in that show, by the way. Definitely, if you haven't seen Better Call Saul and you've seen Breaking Bad, do yourself a favor. Go watch Better Call Saul.
Yes.
Then you've also got playing the role of Jean-Paul Valley, none other than Pablo Schreiber. Was in Den of Thieves, the original one, not the sequel, most notably. It was in Skyscraper, was in 19 episodes of Orange is the New Black, 13 Hours. So definitely some interesting stuff there. And then also playing the role of Commissioner Gordon is Bruce Boxleitner, who you might know from being in Babylon 5, was Alan Bradley in Tron and Tron Legacy. So definitely got that going on. The movie looks amazing. It's going to be a trilogy, which I feel like for Nightfall you have to do.
Yeah.
So this is Nightfall Part 1. Do not know a release date yet, so hopefully we get something during San Diego Comic-Con because I don't want to wait that long for this.
Yeah, it looks good. I mean, there's a couple of things in the trailer I got some questions, maybe a little bit of pause with, but I'm going to I have to remember with the animated universe, they do take a lot of liberties.
Yeah.
There's a couple faces that are in this that are not in the actual story, so wait and see, ...
Right. Then we got a trailer and a release date for the upcoming season of Batman Caped Crusader on Amazon Prime. The release date is July 31st. This looks incredible. Holy cow. Give it to me now.
Yes. No, I mean, listen, the first series, if you love the vein of Batman the Animated Series, the original, this is probably the closest you're going to get to a sequel of it.
Yep.
It is well worth your time. It is well worth everything involving it. This is going to be something very, very special.
Yeah.
The early initial reaction from seeing this, and no, I have not seen. I do not have. I have not avoided my screener access for this. It's going in a little more darker direction.
Mm-hmm.
That's the initial gut punch I had with this.
Right.
But it still looks good. Very curious of how this all plays out.
Yeah, no, I agree with that.
Very, very curious.
I agree with that. Speaking of Batman, and hey, anybody at DC that's listening, can we please get an update and a kind of a where things stand with the DC High Volume Batman podcast? Because it's been a hot minute since we've had anything of that, and I miss having that in my podcast feed each week. If you haven't checked out DC High Volume Batman, do yourself a favor.
Very good podcast.
Holy smokes.
Very good. So we got to talk some comic stuff because obviously huge week at Fanlight Zone.
Oh, Lord.
50 freaking reviews.
Oh, baby.
So between the YouTube channel, which shout out to Joey and Juan, absolutely crushing it on the video reviews, to, we're going to have to come up with a really cool nickname for us because our team, Pad, stepped up 7 reviews this week.
Yeah.
Rich, shout out to our guy there. Multiple reviews. Me, I did 18, so I'm just going to say if you want my picks, fanlightzone.com. Way too many this week, but you know what? I'm not complaining. Actually, I'll save one because I definitely want to plug and this is not a shot against any of the other books I read. I read a lot of great stuff this week, but there's one I want to give some shine to.
Okay.
So, but Pat, let me hear your picks.
So my picks are the ones I reviewed on the website this week. I'm not going to go through the whole description because I did 7 of them, but listen, they're all well worth the read. Going to recommend Ultimate Endgame issue number 5. This one from Dennis Camp. This one I would read before my next one because if you read my next one before you read Ultimate Endgame 5, you're going to spoil a lot of things for Endgame number 5. It's a great issue. It's nuts. It's incredible. My next one is Ultimate Universe Finale, issue number 1. There are, if memory serves, 5 writers, 4 artists. This book is over 60 pages. It is well worth the price of admission for what you have to pay to get this book. Shout out to Travis Lanham, who did the lettering on this issue because he was the 60 pages. He was the only letterer on this issue. Also, the cover art's done by Phil Noto, who is one of my favorite cover artists ever.
Yeah.
So the cover art's incredible. But so yeah, this is the finale of the Ultimate Universe, and that's all I'm going to say for that because, well, I'd be spoiling too much if I said more. Then you've got Captain America issue number 12 from Chip Zdarsky. This one is part 1 of the Hell's Angel storyline. Again, there's some stuff that happens in this issue. I'll tell you off air, but it is absolutely bonkers. Then you've got Ultimate Impact Reborn issue number 2 from Chris Condon. This one is nuts. It's incredible. Listen, Frank Castle's in it. Do I need to tell you more?
No.
Probably not.
I'm sold.
Then you've got another one from the wonderful folks over at Marvel, where it is Venom issue number 259 from Al Ewing. This is Venom is MJ. MJ is Venom. I got a new storyline kicking off with this, and the ending of this one, especially with if you read the King in Black or whatever the storyline it wasn't King in Black. It was the Null 5-issue miniseries they just did. Considering how that one went and where it's going with Venom and everything else. Oh boy, the ending of this one. I'm interested to see where they go with this because holy cow, it's going to get absolutely bonkers. Then you've got Amazing Spider-Man Spider-Versity issue number 3. This one from Jordan Morris and Joe Kelly. This one, a lot of fun, a lot of questions I got, and my whole theory about Norman Osborn I've been saying for probably about a year now. I think might be coming true.
Okay, that's huge because I know you've been hyping that up for a while.
Listen, I've been banging the drum. I don't trust Norman Osborn. You can change spots and all that stuff. I don't buy his good luck. Lastly, certainly not leastly, Star Wars Galaxy's Edge: Echoes of the Empire issue 3 from Ethan Sachs. This one tremendous, fun. Listen, do you know who Luke, Chewie, Leia, R2, and C-3PO are? Do you know who Darth Vader is? That's all you need to know. It's super easy to get into. It's super easy to read. It's a lot of fun.
No, excellent picks, Pad. So, like I said, and this isn't like a look at me, but no, I did 18 reviews this week. There's a lot of great books I can deep dive into, but there's one I really want to spotlight. And it is the series finale of an indie story I'm so glad I got introduced to. The book is called Do Not Disturb.
Okay.
It's done by David R. Flores and Jared Hunter Rowe. Invader Comics. Now, Invader has been really making a lot of noise on the independent scene, and they are spreading very, very quickly via word of mouth. They have 2 stories out right now that I'm absolutely just was blown away by. The Digger and Do Not Disturb. Thus far. Like, I've been, more people are trying to tell me to check some other stuff out. Trying to with a busy schedule. But with this is the culmination of a very cool murder mystery. And if you like time period pieces with a twist to it that keeps you guessing, this series is the one for you. Issue 4 comes out. It wraps up everything. I thought it was a phenomenal issue. I really enjoyed it. And putting it together, like I did a sit through and read 1 through 4. And doing that, I was like, wow, this is one hell of a story. Mm-hmm. I'm hoping more people check this book out. We have an interview with the creative team on fanlightzone.com. I think it's great. So you definitely want to make sure you go check this out at your comic shops. If you can't find it there, invadercomics.com. go directly to the source because, like I say, this is a story. Pat, I think who's not really into, the murder mystery stuff, I think you especially would
actually
enjoy.
More so than you would think.
Then I'm gonna highly recommend this to you as well as our listening audience. And like I said, don't sleep on the Digger too. That is literally, what if Indiana Jones was hunting his assistant?
Oh.
In a nutshell.
Right.
But it goes some places,
okay.
and a little spoiler for the crowd. T.S. Luther, the author of that book, is going to be coming out on Fanlight Zone Presents in July.
Hey.
So we're going to have a lot to talk about that. That's, like I said, these two series from Invader have got me hooked. I'm trying to keep an eye out for what they have. There's another one that just came out, and I apologize, I'm blanking on the name of it. I'll throw it up on social media. That, like I say, they have a really cool eclectic line of books, but they're really pushing about like storytelling first.
Right.
And I love that stuff. So I'm going to say that is my pick of the week. And if you want more picks, fanlightzone.com is the place you got to go. 52 reviews this week between the website and the YouTube channel. So go pick it apart. Let us know what you loved. Let us know what you didn't like. Let's have that conversation. Let's keep it positive, folks, because we need more of that on social media. If you're just coming to troll, show yourself to the door. That's all we're going to say about that. And that's it for us this week. So on behalf of Padawan J,
fuck the Astros.
I'm your host, Ken M. Thank you as always listening to the ODPH podcast. New York forever, baby. We'll see you next time.
It's such waste of time swiping left and swiping right on people you could know. 'Cause anyone who's worth a damn be worth way more than a picture could ever show. You could find the right light, find the right angle, and never find your soul. And it can feel like a losing battle, and this plot is full of holes. This modern way of finding love just makes me feel so alone. And I can't be the only one sick of staring at my phone. So look up, talk to me, a better way to spend our energy. Just look up, talk to me. We don't have to float alone on the open sea. Don't know that I believe in the old time fable. Everyone has just one true love. All I know is you're across this table, and you're all I'm thinking of. So look up, talk to me, a better way to spend our energy. Just look up, talk to me. We don't have to float alone on the open sea. Ooh, ooh, talk to me. Ooh, talk to me. It's such waste of time swiping left and swiping right on people you could know.